All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Group Chart Analysis. It is July 3rd, 2018, the day before Independence Day. So for anybody here that's in America, hope you guys are gonna have some fun tomorrow. It's gonna be a great time. I'm looking forward to some fun. For anybody that's not in America, come to America so we can have some fun with you. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go check out what we have here. Last night, a couple of the pairs extended their pushes. Like I said, there was a couple things. This is why I gave out multiple scenarios of what could possibly happen with these pairs. One, the fact that they've been consolidating for the last few weeks. Two, the EMAs are really tight, so anything can go either way. And three, it's just like it's July 4th. It's a holiday. It's a national or American holiday. So like not a lot of stuff is going to be like moving crazy. But with that being said, let's go look at what we have done for EU. So last night, what happened last night? Last night it was here in the middle, and I told that a couple times or a couple ways that this could have played out. Either it was going to consolidate here and drop down to that recent low, right? Or it could have shot up and then came back down, but it didn't do that. So what it did is it came up, consolidated between the catch-up and the trend line, and what are you guys noticing right now? It's breaking that trend line. That was a horrible circle. It's breaking the trend line. All right, so this is what we're looking for. If we see a clean break, technical analysis states that we would then look for a pullback. But the one thing I need to do, other than just break this trend line, would also be I need to see this break the high right here from 3 days ago. So if it comes up to that, breaks it, we're looking for a nice spot. Or it could come up here, retrace, bounce off the trend line, then come up, break that, and continue up, which with the blueberry, retrace, and then we would see some sort of consolidation here because this consolidation is also lined up. The blueberry should be lined up directly with here, the recent high. So the next couple days, expect a rise. Depending on what it does here, it could come down and retest. But once it does shoot up one more time, expect it not to do shit, because by that time all the EMAs are going to be really tight. Tomorrow's Independence Day, and at the same time look how tight these EMAs are. Here's the blueberry, here are all the other ones. They're going to literally go like this. It's going to shoot up, hit the blueberry, and then it's going to just do this for the rest of the week. And on top of that, it's NFP. So you got Independence Day tomorrow, and you got NFP this week. So there's a lot of shit that could happen. Let's kind of look at what we're doing here. 4 hour. Let's see. Now, based off of this, if we go to the weekly, actually, we've been waiting for this thing to be a head and shoulders. It's been throwing all these wicks, and it's been looking like it could possibly shoot up. Now, I don't think it's actually going to completely shoot all the way up. Based on what I'm seeing here in the TDI, it's pretty much like a straightaway. Normally, when I see this happen, guys, from my experience, even on a lower time frame, when RSI looks like this, it doesn't just skyrocket like that. It doesn't go back up. What it does is it continues. So I'm thinking that what we're going to be seeing here on this time frame, we will see a rise, but only to the catch up of the water on this daily, where it will then retest this high for it to drop back down to retest the low. Right? So you might see a fringe going up and down, kind of. But I don't really think it's going to do that. I think it's going to come up, come back down to low, and then continue with the trend for the rest of the year. Just based off what I'm seeing here. I've seen this too many times. Oh, it's going back up. Everyone buy it. Fuck that. It drops. So ultimately, what you guys are looking for. Oops. Break up, retest, up, consolidation. That's what we're going to look for. Let's go to View Chief. View Chief did the same thing, complete opposite. I gave you guys multiple options. It was either going to come into the middle here and then shoot up, retest this high, didn't do that, or it was going to come down, retest this low, the trend line, and then come up. Didn't do that either. It actually just broke it here, and what you're seeing is a possible retest and the bounce off the blueberry. So it's going to get a little nasty in here, especially since the EMAs are tight as fuck. So when it does this, you might see this. Like it's going to get ugly. So don't expect a lot. Do you want my opinion? For those of you that are trying to intraday trade, don't. You're really going to be sitting here trying to trade on a holiday, a national holiday. and NFP week. It's like a worse combination for trades. Let's look at this 15-minute. I mean, not saying you can't make money. Like, you obviously can still trade it, but like if you're coming from that clean, easy to catch, like ride them 30, 40, 50 pips clean, might not happen. It's probably going to be an emotional day if you decide to trade. It's breaking it right now. Could come up, retest it like it's doing. We're going to have to see what happens here. Like I said, either come up, retest, drop again, retest this low right here. That would be ideal. Or it's just going to come back into the trend line and just consolidate because the EMAs are tight. Don't expect a lot from me, Chief, honestly. GU. Had it dropping earlier. What was it? This is the hour. Let me go to the 4 hour. I think we had it shooting up. I don't remember what we had on GU, but I remember we had this sell, and that it was, I wanted it to either come back down to retest this low and shoot up, and then come back down, which it did here, but like it's not a clean area. What it's doing, what does it do? It's breaking the trend line, just like every other pair. So ideally, let me see how much room this thing has. Let's see. Here's this resistance right there. And there's this one. So if it shoots up, expect it to hit this zone and then consolidate. It could shoot up again depending on how long it breaks this high for. If not, if you guys can mute yourself, that would be like great.
You see it. Then you see it.
Who's not moving? You have one job. One job. Could come up and then come down to retest and then shoot up, but I don't think it's going to do that. I think what happens is if this is going to shoot up and it's going to consolidate and then shoot up again, right? And I think it's going to go up to this zone: recent daily high, recent weekly high, blueberry zone, which also lines up almost identically with the blueberry right here. Here's the high. So perfect. So expect a continuation up. Now I do need to remind you guys that GU is still overall a downtrend. So what we're about to witness here is just a pullback. Right? It's just a pullback. If anything, I see it possibly coming up to about like this area. Like I said, the recent weekly high, recent daily low, or recent daily high, recent weekly high, which could come up to this area here, then drop because it's also lining up perfectly with the water, and then a continued drop down to retest this low. So that's what we'll be looking for. Rise up for the next week, hit these highs, hit this EMA, and then we'll look for the continuation down. UJ, my pair right now, the pair I've been waiting for. Let's see. So the last week or so, it's been consolidating upwards. We've been wanting this pair to kind of make a drop for a while now. Definitely brought in some questionable times for us because we had some early entries on it, but it respected the resistance, it respected the zones, and it threw divergent M. If you actually see it, you have one hit, and then you have two rejected zones over here. It's divergent going down like so. Drop one level, boom, guaranteed second level drop, consolidation, pull back, drop again. The second drop is the same size as this drop. So we're just going to watch this thing literally drop to like this trend line, this low. So overall, we are looking for sells on UJ. 15-minute is showing a pullback. It is oversold. This is what happens. It pulls back a little bit, kind of like you saw here. We'll pull back, retest this blueberry, consolidate, drop. We'll look for that to happen. But we are expecting a continuation drop. I see it dropping to the 1 hour blueberry, or the 1 hour trend. This is actually doesn't line up perfectly, but that's what we're going to be looking for. AU, let's see. AU has been a continued downtrend daily. It's divergent W. You guys see trend line here. No, that's not a trend line, but price goes going down. We got price going up. This is throwing a consolidation zone. And there's news in the next 16 minutes. So if this plays out the way I think it is, we could potentially see a nice, little shot up. It's been respecting the line. It's questioning it right now. If this is going to shoot past it, this news, if I'm right, according to the technicals, should shoot it right up to there. Not in one candle, but overall. And on top of that, it's above the stationary 50. There is no divergence. The RSI is looking good. I'm expecting this thing to shoot up. So for those of you that are looking for any opportunities, AUD USD is looking like buys. Everything my gut's telling me, everything makes sense. We tested this high. I'm liking it for a buy. But it would only be a pullback, okay? So like this is trading technically against the trend. But if it breaks this is where it's going to be going. Right there, which is literally what I just drew on the 4 hour, which is the Mayo. So that's where we're going to be looking for it to go. After that, you can look for, take profit zones. How many pips is this away? About, 90, 80 pips. So you got room. You can catch some pips in between there. GJ. Sorry, I'm looking. Nice. GJ, this is the hour. Consolidating. It's been a downtrend. Daily. Who's talking? When you get a chance, can you look at? I don't even look at that pair, bro. That's a very foreign pair. I don't use that pair. So I can't give you like a proper analysis on it. My fault, bro. I stick to these 36 pairs and then some commodities. So GJ is respecting the daily trend line here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hasn't broke it yet. So we are still looking for sells. It is the JPY pair. It is rejecting the 144 EMA, which is what I like. So I'm going to say that this thing is actually going to continue downwards. We're going to be looking for sells on this pair. I believe it's going to break out of this little consolidation zone. Here, retest, drop again. So we're going to be looking for sells on GJ, guys. This might be a nice breakout, so be ready for that. What's this? Yeah, well, not all the pairs, but the basic ones here. I like to stick to the base pairs and then some of the mixes. So whatever presents itself, I like. But yeah, you guys are looking for that drop in GJ. All right. So once it breaks this little mini trend line here out of its, the wedge, we'll be looking for sells. It looks like it's actually about to break it now, to be honest. Once it gets to it, look at this 15-minute. Yeah, if this breaks, guys, you're looking for sells. Just fucking sell it. EA. EA's been playing games for a minute. Finally dropped here, and I told you that if it was going to drop, it would be a hard drop. So it did drop. We were looking for sells. This is still lined up to be a overall head and shoulders. You got the possible head and shoulders here, left shoulder, head, drop, hard pull. Then we would look for an ideal pullback to around this zone. If it pulls back, we'll look for that nice little selling spot for it to continue drop down. Once it breaks this low right here. Grab this. This is the low right there, based on that. Once it breaks that low, then you guys have a limited room to fucking sell it. And this is a 4 hour, so you're going to be playing this going into next week. But that's the weekly. That's the 4 hour. Here, perfect setup for a sell actually right now. So if AUD is going to rise, Euro AUD, guys, this is going to be a sell. This is possibly, and it's a double hit. So ready? I tell you guys on reversals, look for the breakage of the 50 right here, and then we look for the retest. So we got a 1, 2 retest. This is a railroad. This is an M formation, double top, guaranteed drop. You guys are looking for sells. So if you guys are playing news, that's pretty much the analysis that I'm going to go with. We'll come back and hopefully you guys catch that shit. EG, I still don't like EG just because it did break out of a consolidation zone, but I don't really. Who am I getting these fucking messages from? Oh. Ready? So it's been just consolidating on this retest. I think it's literally just going to consolidate until it hits that water, and then we can possibly see a retest of this high. I'm not touching this pair until it shoots up. So guys, continue with the buy, continue to the shot up to this recent high, and you'll be Gucci. That's the 4 hour. So 1 hour, he's obviously just going to snipe this entry and just grab it. So it should be rather interesting. GA, sell it because it's the opposite of AUD USD. And look at that. Oh, shit. Came up, had news, dropped down. Look what it retested just now. Trend line. Through a railroad, which GBP pairs. Oh, and look at that. That is so sick. Railroad. Oh, God, on the fucking hour, too. Sell it. Not right now, but that's all. I don't like to give out signals, but it's looking fucking good for a sell. It's look at that. Oh, my God. Respected the hell out of it. Oh, sell. Looking for drops. Cole, I need you to talk to go hit up fucking Josh. Hit him up. GA and EA look solid, bro. Just saying. And then gold. I just told you guys about gold right before we got started. This is fucking absurd. I drew a weekly trend line here. It's respected it 1, 2, 3, 4 years, guys. And it's bouncing right off of it here, as you see on the daily through a railroad. That's a perfect entry. And it also retested the support line. Did not break it. You have double confirmation. On top of that, too, we have a divergent W. If you guys see this here, look at that. Oversold as fuck. The divergence starts there. It's going up. You guys are looking for buys on gold. It's a swing trade, too. So if you guys are intraday traders, you're looking for these small pushes that consolidate and obviously pull back for the guaranteed pips. All right, so that's what you're going to be looking for. I mean, if anything, this is going to break, go up to there, and then consolidate out, or it's going to come down, retest, and shoot back up. And obviously, overall, I have this for a buy. So for anybody that's looking for gold, you're looking for a buy. This is probably the best analysis. I've liked this one. I really like this one. So for that one, GA, I'm going to recap real quick. Anybody's got any questions, ask in the chat real quick. Don't ask basic shit. EU continuation, then consolidation. U Chief is possible consolidation, but continue drop. Look at it, retested perfectly off that trend line. GU, breakage up to the upside. Looking for buys. UJ still dropping currently. I think it's coming back down after that drop. Look at that wick. Fucking nasty. AU rise off of news. Oh, look at it. Look at it. How much longer? 8 minutes. Look at that. GJ, drop. EA, drop. EG, rise. GA, drop. Gold, rise. Any questions? What's a pip? You're kicked. You're out. You're out, Alexis. It's good.
Sorry.
All right, guys. So, so for tomorrow, I just came with this up on the spot. We're canceling tomorrow's analysis based off of 4th of July. So everybody here, happy 4th of July. Be safe. Take a shot for me. Do whatever you got to do. Have some fun. Enjoy the day. And hopefully you catch some pips tonight. But peace out, everybody. Have a good one.